The Instruction of Amenemope by Egyptian Classical Tales. Brought to you by TellStory.net, stories from around the world. Amenemope, son of Canact, held charge over the grain of Egypt. He was scribe, inspector, overseer, the man who weighed what came in and what went out, who knew the balance and the measure, and who had spent a long career watching both the rise and the ruin of men. He had seen the heated quarrel tear a household apart. He had seen the patient man come through winter with his name still clean. He had measured the difference between the two, and the difference was everything. When his youngest son came of age and was ready to step into the world, Amenemope called him close and spoke.
"Give me your ear. Hear what I say. Open your heart to understand it. It is good to place these words deep inside you, to let them rest in the casket of your belly, so they may act as a peg upon your tongue when you need them most. What I set before you here was not written to make you wealthy, not to make you feared. It was written to steady you in the narrow places, the courthouse and the grain store, the marketplace and the house of the great, the moment when anger rises and judgment wavers. There are 30 chapters in my instruction. They inform. They educate. They make the ignorant wise. Of all that I had seen in my years, this was the clearest thing. There are two kinds of men in the world. The first is the heated man. He is like a tree standing alone in a field with no shelter around it. When the storm comes, and the storm always comes, the tree is torn from the earth, roots and all. Branches split. The whole thing comes down, and the carpenter picks it apart for beams. What was once a living thing becomes lumber. The heated man burns through his days in the same way. He quarrels with neighbors over handbreadths of ground. He presses his grievances until everyone within reach is exhausted. He argues in the courts, shouts in the marketplace, answers every slight with fire. He wears himself out and takes others down with him. The second is the silent man. He is like a tree growing beside a canal in a garden. Tended. Watered. Its roots go deep and hold through every storm. It bears fruit in its season. People rest under its shade without thinking about who planted it. The silent man goes about his work without noise and without complaint. He does not answer every insult. He does not press every grievance. He waits, and the God who watches in silence, whose eye does not rest, sees what men do not. Keep to the way of the silent man, and keep yourself away from the other kind. Do not sit beside a passionate man. Do not approach him for conversation. Do not let his heat catch in you. He is a torch tossed into dry stubble. Before he is spent, he has burned through everyone who stood near him. When someone speaks to you in anger, do not answer in the same voice. Look to the ground. Speak slowly, or say nothing. The day will pass, the anger will cool, and you will still have everything that cannot be taken back once it has been spent. Beware of robbing the poor because they are poor. Do not oppress the afflicted at the gate. The poor man stands before you already cast down. To rob him is to strike a man who is already fallen, and the God who protects the poor sees every blow, every thumb pressed on the scale, every cubit of field taken in the night, every widow's boundary violated. They cry out not to earthly judges but to the one who cannot be bribed, the one who cannot be put off. Do not cry out against the one who wrongs you. God will take his part against yours if you press the matter with your heart full of heat. Set not your hand against the widow. Do not drive the old man from his path. Do not strip the field of the one who cannot defend it. Every man who has less than you has the God of the poor as his protector. That is not a small thing to stand against. Do not remove the boundary stone from the bounds of the cultivated land. Do not tamper with the widow's marker. Do not shift the line of the field. The boundary was measured out in the time of the ancestors. The God of the land bore witness when the rope was drawn and the cornerstone was set. What was marked then is what stands now. not what a man's hunger says should be his. There is a man who covets 1 extra cubit of his neighbor's ground. 1 cubit, he tells himself. Such a small thing. He moves the stone in the dark before dawn and argues his case in the daylight with smooth words. But the scribe of the God keeps his own account, and 1 cubit of stolen ground is weighed against the whole of a man's name. He will be seized for it. A cubit is not worth the ruin that follows. Do not set your heart on riches. What comes to you through dishonesty does not stay the night with you. Before the sun rises again, it is gone. Riches make themselves wings like geese. They fly into the sky. Look up and you will see them climbing. All that stolen grain, all those falsified measures, all the extra taken when no eye seemed to be watching. Gone. Like birds at first light. The treasury of heaven holds them now. Do not tire yourself to seek increase beyond your proper portion. Your share will come to you. A small thing in honesty is better than a great heap taken through wrong. Bread eaten in peace fills the belly more than a heaping table in a house full of quarrels and fear. Do not falsify the grain measure. Do not push down with your thumb on the scale. Do not alter the weights when business is quiet and you think the count will not be checked. The balance of God is a divine instrument. It stands before the gods on the day of reckoning and weighs both good and evil without favor. Every false measure made here is measured again there, and no adjustment of the thumb will help you on that day. I have known the merchant who shaved the measure from morning to evening, a little diverted each time, nothing anyone could prove. His house was full by harvest. By planting season it was empty, and he could not say where any of it had gone. The God of grain knows the count of every kernel. Work with truth, and that same God works alongside you. Do not pour out your heart to everyone. Not every ear is a safe vessel for your words. I have seen men ruin themselves through nothing but speech, not through what they did, but through what they said to the wrong man at the wrong moment. Some men use what you tell them. Others pass it on without thinking. Either way, the damage is done, and there is no getting back what you said. Among those who hold power, be especially careful. When you sit at the table of a ruler, eat what is given and let that be enough. Do not press forward with your mouth before a governor. Do not speak your thoughts before you have been asked for them. The bread in the house of the great costs something. It is paid for by every word spoken carelessly before those who hold authority over your life. Your heart is the vessel that holds everything. A ship without a captain runs until it breaks on something. A man who does not govern his own heart wanders into loss before he knows how far he has traveled. When you do not know the answer, stay silent. When anger rises in you, wait. When desire pulls you toward what does not belong to you, turn your face away. The one who keeps his heart safe keeps his house, his name, and his years. Do not say, I made my offerings. I said the prayers. The God has forgotten me. The gods do not speak every hour. But they see every hour. What a man plants in the dark he harvests in the open. The reckoning is slow. But it does not miss. Learn your craft well. Apply yourself to the scroll and the pen. Know the count and the record. Write with care, read with attention, speak with precision. A scribe who is skilled in his business finds himself worthy to stand before those who govern. It is not birth alone that lifts a man from one rank to the next. It is the discipline of his work and the honesty of his heart working together over many years. Knowledge is the inheritance a father passes to his son that no flood can wash away, no famine consume, and no thief carry off in the night. When I am gone, this is what remains of me and you.
When Amenemope had finished speaking, his son sat in silence. Then he said he would carry the words with him wherever he went.
Then carry them in your heart first. Not on papyrus only. Let them steady your hand at the balance. Let them keep your foot from the boundary stone. Let them cool the heat before it rises in your chest and runs out of your mouth. These 30 chapters are the first of all books. Look to them. They inform. They educate. Walk the path of my truth, balance, the righteous order of things. Walk it quietly. Walk it without wavering. The God who sees all things in silence will be your reward.
Amenemope, son of Canact, wrote these words so that his son might carry them into the world. The world carried them further still, from scribe to scribe, from land to land, worn smooth by the passing of many hands. They entered the Hebrew scriptures, found their way into the book of Proverbs, appeared on tablets and ostraca across 1,000 years. The silent man outlasts the heated man. The boundary stone, once moved, is moved again until the field is lost. The geese of wealth fly away at dawn. The balance of God holds without flinching. Look to these 30 chapters. They inform. They educate.